Patient from
Yes, sir.
Feroz.
Just a minute. We are going live.
Okay.
Sir, we can start.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Mahalingam. I've been working on this migration diaspora for quite some time. It's pleasure to meet you again in this class. And also, this is a very interesting topic today we are discussing that is about brain drain, type of migration, which is very interesting topic and very contemporary topic. You may really, get a lot of insights from this class. Maybe this will lead to some research topic for some of you, because I know many people who have joined this course to do further studies in migration diaspora. That's what this topic is very relevant and also very contemporary to all of us. So we can relate what we discuss in the class. Having said that, so let me just talk about brain drain type of migration. See, migration is today is a very well-known phenomenon, which has really it's been attracting policy makers. Given the volume of migration which happens in India, actually, India sends a lot of people, for various places for various reasons. So we'll see that what is the impact of this. You have to see the impact as well, social, economic, and political impact as an individual as well as on country. We should analyze by discussing this topic. Many scholars are in the world, they're trying to suggest, a country should have migration policy, because it has a lot of impact, not only on host country and also home country. See, my video is switched off because of network problem. Please understand that, because I stay in a very remote place, so we don't get good internet connectivity here, so I can't open my video. So that's why my video is off. So that's sorry for that. So let me get into the topic. So what is brain drain? This is a post-colonial phenomenon. I mean, post-independence phenomenon in India. Okay, but brain drain has been going. It's an old phenomenon. It's not a new phenomenon. But India, it's a very recent, like post-independence phenomenon. Okay, brain drain means the skilled migration, basically the migration of skilled people. I mean, the intellectuals, professionals. That's called brain drain migration. It's a skilled migration. So we can say skilled or semi-skilled. Both come under brain drain, but mainly skilled migration. That's what. Okay, so we are going to discuss about this brain drain. What is brain drain? Why it happens in India? How it happens? What is the impact for India as well as the host countries? Because of this brain drain. That's what today I'm just planning to discuss with you. So whenever you have a questions, you can stop me and ask, or we can have a question answer session at the end of the lecture. Okay, so that's what. So brain drain, a historical overview. I told you it's not a new phenomenon. It has been there in the world. For example, Athens became the more attractive to wise men and philosophers, and Plato's academy was started, in that the Athens, in Rome. So it attracted many intellectuals to move in to join Plato's academy. Okay, so there has been in 380 BC, 335 BC, so such brain drain has, I mean, it happened in the past as well. So around 300 BC, the center of attraction were migratory scientists shifted to Alexandria. You must be knowing also, maybe you must have read somewhere, even the Arab world, they attracted many intellectuals from India, elsewhere, to go and, I mean, discuss various ideas, So because they funded, the Arab traders, they funded this kind of knowledge hubs in the Middle East, in the past. In Egypt, the Middle East and all, they attracted, it attracted various intellectuals. That's the way, the exchange of knowledge took place in past. Another historical period beginning in the 9th century in Europe, there are a lot of universities came up, like first in Bologna in France, and also Oxford, Cambridge, and other universities like Sorbonne in France. It's all very oldest universities. They attracted people, from various parts of the world, come and study and develop new ideas, all that. So, but this is that time, brain drain was not, a major threatening phenomenon. But today, it's a big major issue. Okay, it's a big issue because the migration or the loss of human capital from developing country to the developed country. That's why today it's being discussed. India wants to become Viksit Bharat in 2047. Yeah. For that, you need, skilled people to stay in India, to work for innovation, then only India can become the largest economy. Today, India is the fifth largest economy in the world, but we want to go to the third largest economy in the world. You need what? Innovation, that for that you need intellectuals, for that you need scientists. I mean, you have to improve your R&D, all that. So brain drain is a phenomenon which is today being discussed, uh, policy forums, okay, policy forums and all. So according to UNDP, India loses, okay, $2 billion per year due to the immigration of computer professionals to the United States. Indian students studying abroad for higher education cost India $10 billion per year in foreign currency outflow. So this migration of skilled professionals, not only we are losing human capital, and also economic impact also is there. We lose, there are economic implications as well. Apart from, we are losing them as a knowledge, carrying our knowledge, I mean, losing of the ideas, and also we are losing, money, the outflow. Okay. So hundreds of brightest minds make desperate attempt to flee India. The demand for passports continues to grow year after year. Okay, because why that's what we'll discuss, why there's a brain drain. But at the same time, you should know this is happening in India. The skilled people are leaving our country in large numbers every year. If you go to all the embassies, particularly US embassy, Canadian embassy, or UK embassy, or you go to Australian embassy or Europe, there you find big line, waiting for passports and all this. And also the developed countries are attracting these talents, for what? Fueling the economy, fueling their growth. They attract people because they offer good opportunities to them. I mean, not only perks, and also, the environment, the conducive atmosphere for them to grow in their own respective fields. That's why, the skilled professionals have been migrating from India after independence, particularly after independence. Okay, that's what. See, following India's independence, educated or skilled Indians moved to industrialized nations, particularly in the United States of America, Canada, and the UK. Later, the 1990s, now where they are going now, they are going to Australia and also New Zealand and other countries like Singapore, Malaysia, all these countries. From early 1970s, large number of Indians trained and semi-skilled laborers moved to Middle East nations, also Middle East countries like Gulf, particularly Gulf attracts also the skilled and semi-skilled both. Okay, and more unskilled as well. As a result, substantial investment was made in the rebuilding of West Asian countries. Okay, today, because of this migration in large numbers, which has led to the emergence of Indian diaspora. India has the largest diaspora outside India because of continuous migration, after independence. Now, the number of about 20 million people live in more than 110 countries, including almost every continent. The third biggest diasporic community in the world, behind China and the United Kingdom. That is what today we are third place. Maybe we'll take over second place very soon because of increasing migration. Okay, increasing migration. Um, of Indians, particularly skilled migration, semi-skilled migration from India to elsewhere. The causes of brain drain in India, why it happens? Okay, I told you what is brain drain. Brain drain means my emigration of skilled professionals, intellectuals, from home country to host country, that is called brain drain. So the term brain drain became very popular in 1960s about the exodus of skilled labor from several poorer countries, including India, to more prosperous countries. Those with scarce professional skills, such as doctors, engineers, especially information technology specialists, or particular interest. But brain drain picked up. Of course, started in 1960s and 50s, but it picked up in IT boom. The time Indian IT professionals were on demand. So there have been a lot of Indians going abroad. The word migration became very popular in 1990s, because of this IT boom, and as a result, Indians started migrating from India to various countries. Okay, why we migrate? Because of higher education. We go there because developed countries where we have very advanced and well equipped universities, Ivy League, all these things. The standard of education is very good, so people migrate to get more equipped, outside exposure, I mean knowledge seeking. So, and also employment opportunities there. After studying, you get a very good opportunities to you know to equip yourself, and also good perks you get outside India, and also lack of opportunities in India. You don't get right opportunities in India because of you know I mean, it's a developing country. That's why still we don't get enough opportunities in India. Okay, that's why people migrate. Well, I mean, the skilled migration, main reason. Okay, the next is the next thing, in order to have a deeper look into the phenomenon of migration for work, we further categorize that the total migrants into three different categories, namely skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled. The migration of highly educated and skilled workforce to different parts of the world is called skilled migration or brain drain. But now they have developed, now the scholars, they have developed various categories, four type of brain migration, brain drain. One is brain outflow, they call it, brain export, brain drain, and brain exchange, which are all concerned with the migration of skilled workers. Somebody called brain overflow. I read somewhere, brain overflow, brain outflow, brain export, brain drain, and brain exchange. Okay, so these are the terms, the jargons which are used for skilled migration. Okay, so let me just check with you. I mean, who's there? Can you tell me all these types? Who will come forward to? Debdaru Chatterjee, can you just tell me what are the types of skilled migration? What are the terms which have been, recommended by scholars for this brain drain? Debdaru Chatterjee, are you there? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me what are the typologies, I mean, what are the typologies which have been created by the scholars to refer to skilled migration? Can you name all of them? Is there on the screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Actually, I can't. Yes, sir.
Can you see that?
Brain outflow. Yes, sir. Brain outflow, brain drain, brain export, and brain exchange programs. Sir, sir, I think, sir, I have a question here. So it's whether it is relevant. I don't know whether actually these are. I think brain export or brain drain, they are all coterminous. I think it's my only point of view, sir. They are all coterminous. Actually, I think it's actually a drain of the human skill, human resources, and drain of resource and drain of capital invested in the sending countries. It's
Yeah.
my view, sir.
Yeah.
Huge amount of human resource, capital, and etc. and capital, human resource are being invested for developing this type of high skilled, those high skilled migrants, especially
Yeah.
in engineering and medical and science.
Yes.
It's my
See,
view, sir.
that's what, no, see, the scholars, they're using different terms, but the meanings are same. They're all synonyms.
Yes.
You know, you said
Yes, sir.
quote synonyms of the same word, brain
Yes,
drain.
sir.
Even
Yes, sir.
someone,
Yes, sir.
a scholar, I forgot his name, he also used the term brain overflow. Okay,
Yes, sir.
brain
But sir,
overflow. Yes, brain
sir, is
outflow.
there any brain in case of in the developing countries? I think there is not, sir, brain overflow. Actually, if we can borrow from Wallenstein, the core countries are just, they are just extracting the surplus skill surplus. We are skill surplus nations. They are just extracting our skills in a
Yeah,
way,
that's
and
what.
for the, yes, sir. This
See,
is my point of view.
that's what I'm going to explain, that in the
Yes.
end of the lecture. It's
Okay.
also one way of domination of developed countries
Yes.
over
Yes, sir. Yes.
developing
Yes, sir.
countries. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it's
Yes.
also kind of colonizing us, by
Yes. Yes. Yes.
by using our talents, and they're trying to
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes,
enrich
sir. Or a
themselves.
type of hegemony, a
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
hegemony.
yeah.
Import.
They're trying to have that knowledge hegemony, by
Yes. Yes.
you by
Knowledge
using
hegemony. Yes.
by using our talent. We will discuss that
Yes.
later, but now
Okay, sir.
I'm
Okay.
trying to explain what is the meaning of brain drain. Okay, so that
Okay.
is what now
Okay.
we are discussing, but maybe later stage we will discuss that, how, who's getting benefits out of this. And
Yes, sir.
okay, yeah, so thank you, Mr. Chatterjee, for this reply.
Thanks,
So
sir. Thanks. Thanks, sir.
okay, so these are the terms which are being used for brain drain. Okay, brain outflow, overflow, and brain export, but also brain exchange. So, which means basically skilled migration. Okay, loss of human capital. You can say loss of knowledge, and also loss of, you can say, wealth also in a way, because we are losing our, no, because of these people are going there, working there, and they are beneficial to the host economy, and in comparatively they are less useful to the what you call home countries. Okay, so that we will discuss later, but now coming to next, see, these international migration, basically this brain drain happens to advanced country. Okay, that I told you, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, Europe, New Zealand, and now today Singapore, Japan, Korea, Malaysia also, is getting Indian skilled laborers from India for their for advancement of their economy. So brain drain, even some people, there are various theories to understand the brain drain. Okay, there are various theories which are trying to, understand the nuances of brain drain. Okay, see, for example, dependency theory. It says, this theory was, suggested. I mean, this theory was supported by Frank, Cardoso, and Paleto. These people, they say brain drain means resources flow from periphery to the core. Core means here the developed countries. Periphery means the developing country like India and Brazil, all this, BRICS countries, So which leads to the development of the global south. I mean, the global south and to the global north. Okay, it's called from periphery to the core, which leads to the development of the core at the expense of the periphery. So dependency theories argue that the massive and persistent poverty third world is caused by exposure to the economic and political influence of the industrialized countries. They argue that lack of industrial development in the third world is due to the economic resources being drained northwards towards developed countries. Okay, he divides the world economy into three segments. Next, other theories we will see one by one. Since the skilled human resources have already been shifted to the developed country, the resource country may not be able to benefit of the skilled manpower. That is called dependency theory. Also is very helpful to understand brain drain. Okay, this theory can be used to understand the phenomenon of brain drain. Okay, the next theory, world system theory, also very helpful to understand the phenomenon of brain drain. So what this theory says, for example, this theory was developed by Immanuel Wallerstein in 1970s. He says, he talks about two-fold division of labor. Okay, so he interestingly, he speaks about, how, he divides the world economy into three segments: core, semi-periphery, and periphery. The core are the developed countries. Semi-periphery countries are called the developing countries. Then the periphery is called third world countries. So the world system theory, brain drain can be interpreted as a measure aimed towards the development of the core by absorbing the highly skilled and trained minds from the periphery and creating a vacuum for the peripheral region. This is what world system theory is trying to understand the brain drain phenomenon. So these theories are being used by scholars to understand the brain drain. But I heard that there's no brain drain today. There is also criticism about this, but that we will discuss later. But now you please follow me what I'm discussing. I'm just trying to tell you what all theories have been, useful to understand the phenomenon of brain drain today. Okay. Then there is internationalist, nationalist, and globalization model. Okay. And also this in the endogenous growth and the beneficial brain drain. This theory talks about what the benefits to the developed countries, not to the developing or the third world countries. Okay. So this is what this theory also, all the theories, they support who's benefiting the developed country. Okay. Then there is a nationalist model, and which also talks about internationalist model, globalization model. These theories are very useful to understand the phenomenon of brain drain. Okay. The internationalist model also says same thing, who the migration of from periphery to the core. But nationalist model all talks about brain drain is harmful to the nations. Okay. Globalization model supports same idea, like, the migration, for example, talks about brain drain as a phenomenon which has appeared because of process of globalization. Okay, the globalization has led to the movement of goods and services, which has been facilitated, but also of knowledge and ideas. Okay, the globalization model. So these theories are useful to understand, what you call the brain drain phenomenon in the world today. Okay, what are theories? One is dependency theory, the other one is world system theory. Then you have an internationalist model, nationalist model, and globalization model, and also endogenous growth model. These theories are very useful to understand the nuances of brain drain. So you, as an academicians, we should know the theories. We have to create theories. Okay, you do research to create. What is theory? Theory will capture the the nuances of the social phenomenon. The underlying nuances or can be understood with the help of theories. Theoretical, you have to analyze any research problem in within the theoretical framework. So these theories, maybe you can support the theory, or you can confront the theory or dispute the theory, but theories are very much essential in academic scholarship. I think you're aware of it. So these theories are useful to understand the phenomenon of brain drain. So now coming to Indian history of brain drain. I mean, brain drain within Indian context. See, the skilled migration, India started after independence from 60s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, but it picked up in 1990s, and afterwards there is a huge, massive, emigration of skilled professionals from India to other countries. Today, we have more. You must be knowing that the CEOs, the Indian CEOs who are occupying the Western company, Satya Nadella, chairman of CEO Microsoft, Sundar Pichai, Google and Alphabet, Vasant Narasimhan, CEO of Novartis, which is a pharmaceutical company. Okay, then Santanu Narayan, who's CEO of Adobe. and also Aravind Krishna, who's CEO of IBM, Lakshman Narasimhan, who's CEO of Starbucks, Reshma Keval Ramani, who is CEO of Vertex Pharmaceuticals, and Sanjay Mehrotra, CEO of Migron Technology, and Anirudh Devgan, President and CEO of Cadence, Nikos Arora. Like you can just name the CEOs today. Most of them are Indians who studied here. They migrated to the West. Now they become CEOs. They are occupying the highest position in these companies. Okay, it's a loss to India. Of course, one way you are pride of the Indians who are doing well there. At the same time, if they had stayed back, maybe if India had provided them good opportunities to them, they would have really made great things here. So that's what you have to understand. Today, you must be knowing also, what is happening. 12% of the NASA scientists are Indians. Then in the US, 34% doctors, are from India. So like, we have lost, engineers, doctors, see, 34% for employees at Microsoft are Indians, 34%, 28% of employees at IBM, 17% of employees of ITL and Intel are Indians. And there's a company called Xerox where 13% of employees are Indians. So now you see Indians in these big companies, in outside India. And also 12% of scientists, in the US are Indians. 38% of doctors in the US are Indians. So likewise, see, these people, they all studied from here and they went there for higher studies. They stayed back and they got the jobs, and now they are contributing to the host economy. Okay. So my question is now, see, as I said, this brain drain has a various socio-economic aspects as well. Okay, the loss of not only knowledge and also wealth. We are losing our economic growth. See, for example, India wants to be a developed country by 2047. That's called Viksit Bharat. For that, you need advanced infrastructure, strong economy, and to create equitable society. Okay, so the country has achieved an average GDP growth rate of 6.5% today. IT, pharmaceuticals, and space research. But to reach $10 trillion economy milestone by 2030, India needs to maintain annual growth rate of over 8%. For that, you need innovation powered by skilled professionals is a key to this growth. Okay, but brain drain, the growing brain drain is a major threat to achieve this goal. Okay, India to become a Viksit Bharat, you need the very good brains to stay back in India. This brain drain phenomenon may derail the dream of India becoming a developed country. Okay, so India has long faced the challenge of brain drain, and between 2015 and 2022, 1.3 million Indians left the country. Okay, many of whom were highly educated professionals. Okay, in 2022 alone, 225,000 Indians gave up their Indian citizenship, which means they obtained citizenship outside India. The loss of talent is not just about numbers, but the economic potential that lives with them. Okay, so particularly, India's GDP is mainly from IT sector, which contributes 7.5%. Okay, but we are losing our IT professionals because of this migration of brain drain. Okay, so the socio-economic aspects you have to understand. And also, the one more thing we have to, we are losing our talents through the students' migration. Most of the Indian students are emigrating to outside to study abroad, for medical degree, engineering degree, for PhD, for other scientific programs, STEM program, whatever, even social science. They migrate and they go and study outside the country and they get jobs there, they work there. We are losing, for example, in 2022, 1.3 million Indian students, they are, sorry, I think not 1.3 million. I mean, 3 lakh, I think, 2.5 lakh. Some students they left India for higher studies. China, followed by China and other countries. So we are losing. So this brain drain, not only skilled migration, but student migration also. It is counted as part of brain drain. Okay, brain drain includes not only the immigration of skilled professionals and also immigration of students for higher studies. They're not coming back. Mostly they stay back because of they get very attractive, pay packages and all. The United Kingdom is the primary destination for high skilled Indian migrants in the European Union. Additionally, 1.6 foreign students studying at post-secondary institutions, Indian citizens constituted uh, how much? 13,000. I mean, 13 lakh 53,093 of the total. Okay. Indian migration to Europe also now comprised of students, skilled professionals. Okay. So, and also is information technology, health, finance, academics. Okay. So why we migrate? To get jobs in these sectors: information technology, health sector, finance, I mean the CAs, chartered accountant, also on high demand, academics for teaching purpose. Okay. What are challenges they face over there? Time lag, recognition of credentials, discrimination, staying away from family. These are the challenges they face, but they are well placed, you know, in the host countries because of their skills, the talents which they possess. Challenges faced by sending and receiving countries. The major challenge faced by sending countries with regards to transfer of trained human capital to another country. Okay, that is, I told you, loss of human capital. They study here with the help of taxpayers' money in IITs and AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and also Indian Institute of Management. But after studying here, because of lack of opportunities and right work environment, they migrate to other countries because of attractive packages, pay packages, and conducive atmosphere for their promotion, growth in career. That's why they migrate, no? But now, because of globalization, there are many scholars, they say there's no brain drain today. It's called brain gain today. Because though they are somewhere, but they coming back and helping their home country to grow by setting up various organizations. And also, the government also has now coming up with various plans to tap these people to support back to the home country. There are various schemes. Now that's called brain gain today. So some scholars, because they don't say there's no brain drain, it's a good, they migrate, they enrich themselves, at the same time they come back, or they being there also they contribute for the growth of home country by investing in R&D or starting a new company. Okay, so that's way that now they call it brain gain. Okay, so there is no brain drain. Now we have, because of globalization, the growth of knowledge economy. So see, even the government has, India has mainly tried to address brain drain through several schemes: the scientist pool, the Ramanujan fellowship, the Inspire scheme, visiting advanced joint research, Vajra faculty scheme, Make in India has been some of the initiative to tap and retain the potential of skilled human capital. So by creating these schemes, by taking initiatives of these schemes, India is trying to tap, the skilled professionals who have left the country and they are doing good outside. They can contribute to home country. These are the schemes, but really it's a loss. I mean, there is a brain drain, no doubt. but somehow we are trying to balance that loss by creating this kind of schemes, because it's feasible today because of globalization, advancement of transport and communication technology, which helps, to stop the brain drain phenomenon. Now it has become what? A phenomenon of brain gain. So the brain drain has transformed into a phenomenon of brain gain. That is what today it's happening. Okay. So, but at the same time, we have to know addressing brain drain needs multifaceted efforts. One is upgrading the education system here, increasing R&D expenditure. India spends 3.1 out of GDP. We have to spend at least 5, then only we can attract the young talents to stay. Okay. Fostering a culture of entrepreneurship and reducing skill gaps are critical steps. Okay. And also we have to create that research box and academic networks by which maybe we can retain the talented people to stay in India. Okay. Particularly, we have to upgrade the higher education system and also funding. India has to spend more on R&D. Then only people can stay here, with a good, they'll get good facilities for their research, for the innovation. So India, if really wants to become Vikshit Bharat by 2047, we need to retain our best brains in our country, and also India has to spend more on R&D. That's what we have been. They started, but we have to go a long way to achieve that. But there are steps, initiatives to realize. I mean, we are in that direction, but we have to go a long way. The road is long, but we have to. We started our journey. Maybe after a few years, maybe we will reach some milestones in this direction. So with this, I'll stop here. Now the floor is open for question and answer now, because we have for 15 minutes. Maybe we'll discuss. I want more interaction. That'll be great. So let's start with Kartikeya Singh. You have any doubt? You have any questions? Please, I'll ask everyone. So everyone should speak with me. That's what I have planned today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kartikeya, yes.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the lecture. It was really illuminating. I just had one doubt regarding, the theoretical perspectives that we were exploring in the lecture today.
Yeah.
I would just like some clarity between the dependency theory and the world systems theory, because both of them share similar language in terms of core and periphery. So I really wasn't able to understand the difference between the two. So if you
Yeah,
could, just highlight what are the salient differences, I would be grateful for that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question. Really, I like this question because I maybe I missed that. I mean, I missed it. To tell you the difference between the one theory to the other theory. See, dependency theory. Just look at the screen, which was developed by this Frank and Cardoso and Paleto. They say resources flow from periphery to the core. Okay, so which leads to development of the core at the expense of the periphery. So this theory only divides the world economy into two. Okay, that's called the developed and the underdeveloping, or our third world we call it now. But world system theory also says same thing, but they have divided world economy into three zones. Periphery, semi-periphery, and periphery. Sorry, core, semi-periphery, and periphery. Okay.
Periphery, correct.
Periphery is a underdeveloped country. Even there, they don't even, I mean, you don't have skilled people there. Maybe few are there. They migrate to the developed country. Semi-periphery, they say like developing countries. Okay. So this is this difference, but both they have a similar point. From periphery, from semi-periphery, they move into core countries, and where they prosper and where they contribute for the growth of the global north, advanced country. By doing so, by doing so, they try to sustain this economic inequality by between the advanced country and the developing country and the underdeveloped country, So by doing so, they're trying to contribute. They're trying to contribute for the maintenance of the knowledge hegemony of the advanced country. That's what the world system theory is trying to understand, this brain drain phenomenon. Okay, so
Okay.
see, basically dependency theory. See, the skill they're dividing world economy in two parts. Okay,
Yeah.
and world system theory, which talks about three kinds of you see the world economy. This I'm just see, under the world system theory, brain drain can be interpreted as a measure aimed towards the development of the core by observing the highly skilled and trained minds from the periphery and creating a vacuum for the peripheral region. Okay,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
is the underdeveloped country. Okay, such a world economic order encourages people from the periphery and semi-periphery to move to the core, which reinforce the existing unequal economic order, where the periphery remains underdeveloped and the inequality prevails. That is what, see, so basically, world system theory try to understand brain drain. It's a phenomenon by which the global north dominates over the other, the global south and also the third world country. That's what they try to add a new, perspective in this theory. Clear?
Yeah.
See,
Sir, could you give an
dependency
example
theory,
of a
see,
semi-peripheral nation?
yeah. What I mean, Kartikeya, for example, what is the main difference between these two? No, dependency theory doesn't talk about economic inequality between developed, developing, underdeveloped, but world system theory talks about that, how the
Okay.
world, how unequal economic order is maintained by this this brain drain phenomenon by the global north. That is the difference. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You got it? I mean, the difference between both. See, dependency theory does not explicitly say, just they talk about brain drain, how it happens. But world system theory, it goes beyond that. It says brain drain means migration of skilled people from global north, south to north. For what? For maintaining the unequal economic order by the global south, sorry, global north. Okay, that's why. So they are going beyond that. They're saying brain drain promotes economic inequality between the countries.
Understood, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's the difference. Yes. Now, next, who's going to talk with me? Now, I'm going to call Chatterjee. What is your understanding? What is your take on this topic we have discussed one by one? Then Sanjeev Kumar, Sophia is here. Okay, I laughed. Yes. Okay, Dev Taru is Chatterjee is not there. Okay, now we'll go to
Yes, sir.
Sanjeev.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. So,
I think
yes, sir.
you got it. See, basically, brain
Yes, sir.
drain is.
Yes, sir. You have explained it. You have in a very lucid style, sir. I've also gone through the study materials. It is explicated in a very. You have explicated the entire theory in a very lucid manner, sir. But just one thing, sir. You have regarding Viksit Bharat, the ideals, the objectives of Viksit Bharat, they have also elucidated on the need for more conducive environment for research and development. So, one example, in case of in case of doctors who are migrating to UK, it is seen, especially in case of Eastern India, they are remigrating or they are coming back to the eastern part of India for just financial gains. Actually, I have gone through field study. Some of the some of the doctors who have gone to the England, UK, and other European countries due to strong legal measure, legal legalities and etc., they are again returning back. In that way, they are just enhancing. I think they are just enhancing to some extent they are sharing their expertise with with their with their mother country.
Yeah. That's
Right.
what Devtaru, actually what is happening now. Brain drain phenomenon is getting transformed into brain gain because of
Yes, sir. Yes,
the,
sir.
the return migration and
Yes,
also the development of infrastructure in
yes,
India, and also
yes, yes.
these reasons. But still, still we are
Yes, sir.
losing. Still we are losing our skilled people.
Yes, yes.
That is there. At the same time, the degree of brain drain has come down because of
Yes, yes.
now they call brain gain, because
And
they
especially in case of doctors, sir, especially in case of doctors, so
Okay.
they because due to lack of financial opportunities, they are coming back to India, especially in eastern part of India, because
Okay.
they are more financial.
For example,
financial opportunities.
India has started, now we have Startup India, Skill India.
Yes, skill in
These,
yes, skill in
these,
yes,
yeah, these schemes are, supporting the IT professionals, they're investing in
yes,
India. They're investing in
yes,
India.
yes,
So this is
yes.
called brain gain. This is called
Okay, sir.
brain gain.
Brain
Okay.
gain, Lucas.
Yeah. So, see, 60s, 70s, there was a brain drain. But now, brain drain also happens at the same time, brain gain also happens. Both are happening today. That is the point you have to understand now. The
Yes, sir.
contemporary,
Yes.
but 50, see, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, we lost our talented people, because there was no exchange between home country and host country. But now there is a exchange of knowledge. They are just coming and they're sharing their expertise here. So that's why it's called brain gain today. Yes.
Okay,
Good.
okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, sir,
Yes. Yes.
sir, Sanjeev,
Yeah, Sanjeev. Yes, your
sir,
question now. Yes.
sir,
Yeah.
when we talk about the brain drain and sorry, my throat is not good. I
Yeah.
am audible, please.
Yeah, you're very much audible. Yeah, you're very clear.
So when we are talking about the brain gain and brain drain and brain gain, both at the same levels in the present scenario, we should not talk about brain drain in actually I think so. What you say, sir?
That is true, but Sanjay, I told you, but still, how many are coming back? How many are contributing? But the loss is more. We are losing. See, if you look at the migration, immigration is more than the return migration or whatever the help we are receiving from them.
Yes,
Because
sir.
still we are not having very concrete policy to tap that, talent from abroad. Now we have started these schemes and all, like Vastara scheme, and also the scientific network scheme, all that, the scientists who are working abroad, they can also come back, and maybe they can give us the expertise to improve our scientific establishments here. But that contribution is minimal. It's happening. There is a brain gain, but in comparison with brain drain is more than the brain gain. But India, that is the fault of India. India has to take very concrete steps to tap, those talents to contribute back. We have not taken very major steps. Still, maybe some are doing out of their own will, but there is
Yes.
still we don't have a clear-cut policy. We have policies, but which are not taking off. Yeah.
Sir. So in the situation that brain drain always happens, sir.
Yes, brain drain is there.
Because we are lacking resources and the
Yeah.
brain drain will be there.
Bilkul. Brain drain is there. That's what I'm saying. But comparatively now it's better because of now in the globalization, the change of knowledge. For example, we are in a knowledge economy. Even being there, they can also support the growth
Yes,
of
yes.
India. They can support the growth of India, but still, our policy makers should focus on this actually to gain from this migration. We have to invite them. We have to create a lot of scheme, like what China has done. You have to introduce various programs for them to come here to stay for some time as a visiting faculty and help. Like mentors program, they can mentor.
Yeah.
Be that is a good idea. We have to create a mentor program because they
Yes.
are they can come and mentor us, like how to expand our scientific R&D system, ecosystem here, you know. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling see, Indian diaspora, even freedom of India also, Mahatma Gandhi went outside and he also, people like Subhash Chandra Bose also went outside. He gathered support, he got exposure. So that really helped India to, gain independence from the British. Same way, India wants to be a Viksit Bharat 2047. We have to tap all this, people to contribute back to India. That's way India can grow up as a developed country. That's what my stand on this,
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now I want to talk with Sophia. What is your point? I mean, Prayant, please unmute and ask me any doubts. Just I want to interact with you. Let me have your introduction. Prayant. Okay, Prayant will come back later. And Sophia, are you there? Sophia, Vinod, who wants to speak? Yes. Sophia's. Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Nothing more from my end. I think the lecture has covered everything.
Okay.
So I don't have anything else to add.
So, what is your take on brain drain? Like, what is your understanding of brain drain? Do you think that brain drain happens in India, or brain drain has come down, or what is your take on this issue?
Definitely it does happen, and it's not come down. But yes, the cycle of brain drain and brain gain has started. Like in the 80s and the 90s or 70s also, it was only drain
Yeah,
from
yes,
India. But after
India.
the diaspora started sending remittances abroad, initially it was remittances, and that led to the, making of a lot of schools in the villages, which further contributed to the upliftment of society and increase in our capacity in terms of the brain. Like
Okay.
in South India, you see a lot of colleges also came up with funding
Yes, yes.
from private people, and the the people going out will never reduce. That will always be there for whatever reasons, and whichever country, not just to the west but also countries wherever they think it is profitable for them in their particular profession. But
Yeah.
yes, now with the advent of technology especially, I think it started with the Indian economy liberalizing in the 90s, and now
Yeah.
with the rampant use of technology, reverse brain drain is definitely a thing.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
it could be formal or it could be informal. A lot of informal exchange of ideas happen when our classmates go abroad and share, because
Yeah.
unlike the 80s, it's not that expensive to
Yeah, yeah.
communicate with people back home now.
That's
That's
true.
my take, sir.
That's what I told you. Now, brain drain and brain gain both happen simultaneously. Okay, that is the point you have to understand. But
Mm.
70s, 80s, there was only brain drain. But now
Yeah.
there is another parallel phenomenon called brain gain, as Sophia pointed out, formally and informally. But informal way, it is very less. Government has to, push its policies to tap the talents from abroad. That's what government is still lacking. They have to take very concrete steps. That's my take on this. Good, Sophia, for your point of view. And now I think I think
Thank you.
Annie is waiting. So next, Vinod, you have any questions? Your last chance for you. Just I can take 2 minutes. Vinod,
Yes,
you have
sir. No,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
No specific question, sir. Thank you.
Oh, so you got it. This topic is clear to you now. I mean, you can have you gain any confidence by listening to the lecture about this topic. I think you might have gained confidence now.
Of course, sir. Of course. The
Mm,
only thought that I had is in terms of the remittances. If
mm.
people are not coming back after the drain,
Yeah,
right, then what will happen to economies that are primarily dependent on such remittances? Because you don't have anybody to remit money here.
mm,
So what happens in that sort of a scenario? That's the only thought
No,
process
no,
in my mind.
Vinod, you have to understand, see, remittance not only from the semi-skilled, I mean, skilled migration, basically from the labor migrants, the labor one, not from this skilled migration, not much. That's what you have to understand. But mostly, for example, most of the remittance not from US, from Saudi Arabia. Remittance India, the highest number of remittance comes from Saudi Arabia. I mean, the Middle East, not Saudi Arabia, Middle East countries like GCC countries. Okay, from US, other countries are, I mean, they are labor migrants, not the skilled. Of course, skilled are there, but I'm talking about intellectuals. The intellectual community, they are not much remitting back to India. Maybe they remit back to India through ideas, not remittances. I mean, the economic package. Yeah. So I think it's time to wind up. Thank you, and I'll see you next class, next week, Sunday, same time. Tune in at 3 p.m. And I think we have a new topic which we will discuss in the coming class. So I'll say bye now. Feroz, can you invite Annie to talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay.